In just a moment here, we can actually, I think we can start and pop on over to the draft here while we set everything else up. And Matt, why don't you talk to us about this lineup?
So, is this live?
Yes.
Oh, okay, good. So the lineup, I mean, we have Arthur's band, we have Tyrael band, pretty, extremely standard, actually. It's just things that we've seen over and over and over. The Tychus pick up very early, as well as the Tassadar pick up very early are common. Not so much Tassadar Uther. That's not as super common, but you know what? If they felt like we're just gonna gut any kind of support that you're gonna have, we feel like we're able to just kind of go and just steamroll whatever you want to do, then it is what it is. So if they have Uther there, they'll be able to stop any kind of Tychus play. Like if Tychus tries to go in, he'll be able to get stunned up. They'll be able to Divine Storm on top of an Odin that gets casted and likely be able to burst it down if they have the characters behind it. Then we see ZNH pick up Vala and Sonya. Sonya again, it's not an awful pickup and it's not a super good pickup just because of the position she's in now, but she has her niche uses and it could be okay here. If she is able to jump in on Tassadar, lock him up for long enough where Vala and Tychus can kind of both focus him down and blow him up, that's great. But the issue is that you have to deal with an Uther, and an Uther can offset a lot of burst damage, so that's kind of iffy in general on that pickup. So it'll be interesting to see how they actually use her in the composition. Now what's really interesting is we have Zeratul and Abathur getting picked up by Glorious. Abathur's not a bad pickup at all. But usually it's saved to last picks so that you don't kind of show your hand. You don't let that happen. And the Abathur pickup being second round for Glorious is weird. And the fact that Falsa got all the way through without getting picked up might have actually caused ZNH the game.
Well, I mean, we'll definitely see here, but I think both these compositions are completely viable. I mean, Chen and Sonya is not the most common front line that we see, but when you see that both Tyrael and Arthas have been banned out, I think it's a decent front line. I actually, in this composition, I like Chen over Diablo, for sure, but Stitches could have been good too, because they do have a decent amount of pick. We're definitely going to be seeing Blink Heal here. I'll be shocked if we see Emerald Wind. They need that additional healing, especially with Barb in the front line. They need the Blink Heal. And I think we'll actually see Divine Storm with this composition instead of Divine Shield. Now, we saw Divine Shield multiple games this tournament, but I think Divine Storm will be the pick.
I don't think Glorious has ever run Divine Shield.
Yeah.
I don't think they ever will. They really like being... They're a hyper-aggressive team. They like moving around the map. They like putting a lot of pressure on the map. And they like having heroes that can roam and just do a crazy amount of damage to things. So it'll be interesting to see if they send like an Uther Zeratul. If that's their roam squad, if that's what they decide to do, then you're looking at a crazy amount of damage coming in whenever they want to gank onto something.
Absolutely, and I mean, obviously having the flexibility of the Abathur to do whatever he wants in terms of cloning at level 10 once they hit level 10. Having double Archon is going to be real scary. I mean, they can definitely play it by ear. That's the power of Abathur, of having that flexibility whenever you want it. Okay, this initiation, we want to have double Divine Storm.
We'll probably see double Falsehead.
Double Falsehead, I mean, the double Shock and Awe. And
double Shock and Awe is really scary.
I mean, even not even Shock and Awe, just his damage output alone is so high.
Right.
So, guys, we are ready for the match here. We're going to be hopping right on in 3, 2, 1, go. Glorious is going to be on the blue side, and the game sound is a little loud again. I'm going to fix that right quick. Sorry for your ears, and Team ZNH is going to be on the right. Now, a lot of these teams over in the Asia region, I mean, I'm not too sure how long they've been together. I don't know if they're just kind of like teams that kind of paired up. Hey, we've played together before. Let's group up. But we've seen some pretty interesting and some pretty cool play out of them so far today.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, we've not even just played, even drafts. Drafts, like everything about it does not signify anything from NA.
It's very different.
It's an entirely different scene, and it's very cool in that regard.
Oh, it's awesome. I love seeing different metas, and it's cool it's entirely possible. I guarantee you that a lot of the NA teams are going to watch these VODs either way and just pick apart what these other guys are doing. They have access to the replays, and they're going to say, wow, that's really cool. Maybe we can actually incorporate that into our play. And that's one of my favorite things. But this is like really our first global showing between Asia and NA. We've seen NA play against Europe time and time again over the last several months. But the game's becoming more and more global, and it's awesome.
And something to highlight here, early on, Tassadar, ZP, has actually picked up Minion Bulwark at level 1, which will make, as you can see in lane right now actually, it will make the shields on minions be 50% stronger. And with the new changes to the game, minion v minion, they don't do as much damage to each other. So if you can even slightly buff your minion, almost always you'll just generate this huge push that'll happen later on. And if you take promote as well, and you have Abathur with the promote as well, you're looking at big lanes that can kind of snowball through. And because we're on Cursed Hollow, if they get that snowballing lane going in the opposite side of the map from Tribute, you're looking at a potentially very dangerous situation, as well as knights or giants coming in with them. That's something that'll probably do a lot of damage. And if you can stall out, which Abathur can do very well on Tributes, you can just do whatever you want. So interesting to see there. And we do have the multiple 3v1s happening on top and bottom. Jake's trying to figure out where to look.
Yeah, a lot of pressure here in the top lane coming out of this, and these guys are just kind of waiting patiently. Now, Soma's going to be hard to kill. Soma has a lot of healing, a lot of sustainability. It's a hard target to get. He knows that there are players missing for Team ZNH, and he's saying, you know what, I'm not going to step out of my comfort zone. I'm going to make sure I soak my lane, but not go too far forward. Really just good play, playing safe. And at the same time, they, in the top lane here, ZPs and friends, they just decided, you know what, we can pressure here. Glaurung is able to do a ton of pressure as Zeratul. And we hear the bribe stacks going off, and ZPs, actually, excuse me, Glaurung with Abathur is actually going to be able to plow through this, and the bribe stacks are just going to keep on building up. Now, who has bribe in this game?
Yeah, bribe on Falstead and bribe on Brightwing. So one on each team, and they're both sitting in mid lane right now.
Both sitting in mid lane, collecting their stacks. Not going to see them do anything too crazy, but we have the Sonya coming down here, misses the Ancient Spear, and Falstead's going to be just fine. Cathanlog just kind of backing up, posturing, going to continue to soak and collect his stacks. Now, the first tribute is about to spawn. Here it is. The tribute is spawning. We should see. I mean, it's going to be interesting to see. The first tribute isn't necessarily hyper crucial to get. It doesn't really. I mean, obviously you want to get it if possible, but it doesn't dictate any loss in the game. It's not like turning in 10 coins at Blackheart where you get that immediate return. We see. We're going to see this Bard player want to try to stop this, but Glaurung might be able to get it and get out. No, the Ancient Spear comes on in. A lot of damage going down on Glaurung. Glaurung should be backing up here, but the stun comes in from Soma on the bottom half of the map. Now we see actually Glorious is actually just kind of backing off. They're going to delay this, but in the meantime, we have a big push here with ZPs, and they're going to sit here, delay as long as they can between the Glaurung, Cathanlog, Soma, and of course Abathur being free-flowing wherever he wants to be. They're out soaking. Well, Tychus is in the top lane, but they're getting a lot of pressure, at least in the top lane.
Yeah, and it's really strange that that ZNH saw, like, I don't know if they thought they had the tribute or not, but Vala and Sonya just sort of dispersed into bottom and middle lane, and now it's like they're stalling this out, and they're just like, okay, well, we'll just wait it out. But it's not really benefiting them. They have to deal with an Abathur who can jump around the map, who can soak experience, who can help push other lanes, and it's just not. I don't know, it didn't work out for them, but they didn't really lose anything either. They did lose a sizable amount of damage or health on top lane.
That top fort is very, very low. Those giants, along with ZPs, did a ton of damage, and of course the Abathur, the Locust, were just constantly pressuring. I mean, the levels are dead even. Team ZNH is actually doing a really good job. They're going toe-to-toe with Glorious presently in the map here. We see the pressure in the middle lane is here, but Cathanlog just going to keep at his wall, know that he's going to be relatively safe there. And actually, Glaurung coming into the offensive jungle here.
He likes to be kind of a jungle Zeratul. Whenever Glorious will run Zeratul and Abathur, Glaurung almost always will find a way to sneak into the enemy jungle and take a very aggressive camp.
And this is incredibly frustrating because, I mean, obviously as Zeratul, he has more get out than pretty much anyone. He has stealth and blink, so he's really slippery here, and we've actually seen videos of him just juking. But they have to react to defend this. This tower will fall, and actually that very, very low Vala there, they almost got the kill. Nice attempt by Glaurung and Soma here. But are we going to get the first? No, it looks like they're going to be able to defend it. Oh, it's going to be really close.
Should be able to get the tower. It's going to get there. Actually, no, it switched priority.
It's going to be close.
Because of the stun, it'll switch.
But we should see everybody rotating here to this tribute. Now, again, ZP he's not interested.
Right.
Yeah, he wants the top fort.
If they can stall this, if they can clear both mid and bottom, and then if they can stall the tribute, they'll have level 10 on tribute. while ZNH doesn't. But it looks like they're just gonna let it go. Maybe.
Just not quick enough. Just too slow. And Soma's actually going to be a little bit out of position here. Now Glaurung's going to do as much damage as he can in the back on this Vala. A nice Void Prison going down, stalling, getting other members on the team down here. Give time for the Q to come up here. Divine Storm goes down. That's going to be a kill on the Barbarian player. And a nice turnaround. There was a really good Void Prison that gave them time to pretty much posture and make sure they can secure a couple kills.
Yeah. So they hit level 10 without the fort. They got those 2 kills and the fort, and now they're 2 levels ahead, which means they can basically do whatever they want. I honestly wouldn't be surprised to see Glorious go up top and try to take out the enemy's golem. Because the fort up top is broken already, the golem will also just march all the way down to the enemy's keep up top, and it'll start wailing away on that tower, or rather that wall. And that's really important for later on, especially when you're on Curse Hollow, where if your creeps get to that point, they're going to be automatically putting damage on the enemy keep, on the enemy well. That's in top lane, and it's a very big opening in Curse Hollow that you pretty much never want to give up. It allows teams to just kind of run through the game. They'll do whatever they want. They'll just take the keep, and then when you have Curse come in and you have catapults moving down your lane, super dangerous. Not something you ever want to have to deal with. And ZP actually going to just be really ballsy in mid.
Yeah, ZP is being really ballsy, but he is playing Tassadar, so Tassadar has a lot of get-outs available. I like the use of just the one bribe stack there on the Giants. Just make sure you can blow the other one up really quickly, bribe the other one. It's just a really nice use of bribe. We're seeing that done more and more and more as the game progresses and people learn more about maximizing the efficiency on their bribe stacks. The Ancient Spear goes out for the reach, but does not connect. Soma, not too afraid. He is Uther. Uther does not die too easily, so he's going to be in the front lines there, baiting out some abilities, and Glaurung, oh, the heroic leap is here though. A lot of damage going down on Glaurung. Sinon is going to be falling. The nice shock and awe goes down from Syracuse. The double shock and awe from Cthulhu. Like you said, we're going to be seeing this double faulted wreak havoc on them, and there's a full disengage happening here from Team ZNH because honestly, Glorious is looking wonderful here. I mean, they're all topped off. They've got the 2-level lead, and that's going to be a kill on Nova as well. Glaurung wants blood.
So would you say that Glorious is looking glorious?
They're looking glorious.
Glorious.
Well, this is going to be
fight more like that.
Diablo references. That's actually what the name was.
Yes.
The team name comes from Diablo.
Yeah, it comes from Cormac himself.
And that's pretty awesome. That's why there's exclamation point. It's like they're very excited. They're glorious. Yeah. It's pretty funny. So, yep, nice pickup here on this top golem. And they're just going to hearth back, heal up, take their golem as a response, while ZNH is actually forced to defend this golem in the top lane.
They are going to defend golem in top lane, and I'm not sure I necessarily agree with the giant call. You can see 2 of them moving down there now. Oh, they're bribe. All right, I'm wrong. I'm totally wrong. I was going to say if they were going to slow take it and actually fight them for giants, then that means that they're basically giving up mid lane. But because they're able to get into mid lane, this should be fine. It's going to be 1v1 mid. And it looks like Glorious is actually positioning to get their own.
Yep, rightfully so. That's exactly what they should be doing. I mean, they're all right here. They know their golem is being defended. They can see 4 members were fighting that golem, so it's perfectly safe to rip through this bottom golem. And then they can just shift back up to the top lane while they defend this. If that's what they see ZNH do, they're like, okay, well, your keep is already somewhat exposed. We're going to go knock that wall down and start poking away at it. I don't know if they'll be able to get it, but actually with this tribute spawning, they should just be going to make sure they grab that. This is actually very lucky tribute spawn, as the golem's going to be pushing bottom and the tributes here in the top half of the map.
Yeah, I mean, the positioning of the tribute certainly helps, but in terms of luckiness or anything, I'm not necessarily sure I would have to even say that, because Glorious has such a strong hold of this game right now that it really doesn't matter where the tribute spawn. If it spawned down bottom, they could just take a team fight and force it, and then if it didn't work out, they could just go back and push bottom, and Shen's gonna actually be forced to pop Panda Pals.
Panda Pals, get out. That is the name of the heroic. We've officially changed it here.
Does go down up top as well,
yes,
trapping 3 people in it.
That's huge. The Shock and Awe is coming in huge.
Double
Shock and Awe. Oh my gosh, followed by the Divine Storm. Heroic Leap goes down, but it's not going to be enough. That Vala is trying to do some work, but she should be running right now. Honestly, she's going to be in a tough spot.
Soma wants it.
Wants blood. The Storm is just doing max value. And you know what? She's going to have tumble before too long, but I don't know if it matters. Oh, the little baby flight. Oh my gosh, the flight wasn't far enough. He could have flown a lot further. Oh,
where's the heal? Where's
the W? The W?
Oh!
No, not enough. Not enough. I'm
so close.
Glorious. That was not glorious.
It was glorious enough.
It was glorious.
I mean, they went 4 for 0. It was pretty close. But that was really well done. We do see It's gotta be Syracuse, right? Yeah, Syracuse on Avatar does this normal thing where he jumps out. Notice how there's 4 promoted minions down bottom. They take a ton of damage to kill, and he can just keep dropping. He should have Locust spawn now. He hasn't chosen it yet, but he's probably gonna have Locust Nest as his tier 16 ability, which allows him to spawn 3 Locusts, and it's really, really good.
Well, if Vala was cleaned up, that golem would have got a lot more work done, but you know what? Glaurung says your time is done here, Vala. He comes in here with Abathur. Incredibly terrifying just gank squad. The two of them, you saw, just deleted Vala from the game. Vala couldn't even respond.
Right. Yeah, I mean...
Nice heroic leap, hitting all 4 members of Glorious that are here, but the Sonya will indeed fall. Panda Pals is not ready, I don't think, here, and we're going to actually see Brightwing blink out, getting out just in time, but the stun is true with the sprint here from Soma, and they're just going to push to win. They've got 4 members down from ZNH, and Glorious wants this glorious 11-minute victory. Not sure if they're going to be able to get it. It's really tight here, but that is a beautiful shock and awe. Now Vala has to fall back, giving them more than enough time to just sit here, pressure, double false head, doing damage. Syracuse just showing his spin moves, barrel rolling around for days, and that was a very convincing win. Yeah. 17, 14 levels here at the 11-minute mark. Just, you know, the 4-man Void Prison, I think, was like that one initiate. They were ahead.
Well, that's what I was saying. Like, literally right before that, that's what I was trying to say. That even though the tribute spawned top, it didn't matter because they could have forced a fight anywhere. And as long as they got that kind of a setup, they could just go with it. It doesn't matter if the tribute, like, they'll get the curse either way. Worst case scenario, they force a fight, they don't win it. The other team gets maybe 1 level back. They're still not level 16 with them. And the other team gets 2 out of 3 tributes. So it's really it's a win-win situation for them. Well, I guess win not lose situation for them. And it was nice. It was a great pick that they saw the 3 people. They Void Prison them down. They hurt Chen enough to make him force the
Panda Pals.
The Panda Pals, and then they were able to just pop both of the Shakunas.
Oh, it's so beautiful. Like, it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it was so nice, so well done. And there was a lot of stuff there just showed that was a team that's played and has practiced over and over, and they have the coordination now. So they're looking very strong this tournament. I wouldn't be surprised to see them move forward.
I mean, me neither. I mean, time and time again, we've seen great performance come out of them. That was ZNH versus Glorious, with Glorious advancing. And up next, we have, I think, our final game for round 1, which is going to be Team No Limit versus DH9. Now we can actually just hop